asserting yourself and about her qualifications. Nobody mentioned Pence's qualifications before he was nominated as vice president.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
me,
well, there's a guy right now that was facing an electric chair that Pence decided he want to go over the case. So we can go on and on about he was a governor, so we can go. His case is actually longer than hers.
Yeah.
So again, why are we defending? Why we have to be forced to defend her record when we've had 4 years of that junk?
But that's
yep,
but that's
yes,
historical though.
yeah,
That's
thank
historical.
you.
That's just that's how it is though. I mean, she's a woman, number one, and they did the same thing with Kavanaugh. They put him through the ringer because he had a bad record. You know what I'm saying? With people.
That's right.
So it's like, I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
Packing
even
apart.
now,
I actually expected Harris to come out stronger, to be honest.
Yeah, I got
To
it.
me,
but
to me,
couldn't.
she seemed
But she
restrained.
couldn't.
To
She
me,
Oh,
she
go
couldn't.
ahead,
seemed
Mark.
restrained.
I think the
She
point that
had
Mark
to be.
is making,
She
Darren,
had to be. That's what I'm saying. It would have showed a negative light.
Yes.
I don't care how many people want to accept this or not. White privilege is real. You have a black woman who could have got really, really, really
Yes.
rough and tough with him on that debate stage, but she had to restrain herself, and I think that was part of the tactic,
Yes.
because when he was like interrupting her or was lying, or what
She
did
had
she
to
do?
smile more.
She smiled. She smiled.
He did.
Now, there's two things with that smile. E.B. Smith knows exactly what that smile meant, and I know what that meant.
That's right.
It's like you're making not just Pence comfortable,
Yeah.
you're making the
People.
people comfortable with your actions.
Yeah.
She couldn't act like Donald Trump did last week. She couldn't act like Biden did last week.
Nope.
Biden called the president a clown.
No woman
She
can.
could, but what I'm saying is that there's a privilege out there that
I
some
know.
people don't have.
I know.
And to have that smile,
Exactly.
I've had that smile in the workplace. I've had that smile in school. I've had that smile where you're accepting something that you really don't want to accept, but you're doing it so you won't be viewed in a certain light.
I'm interested to see, Darren, you had something to say about that. I mean, I'm interested in me. I mean,
Go ahead.
you're not in our perspective. I just want to know what you think about when he says about the privilege.
I think that's real. I mean, I think it's real. I think it's right. I think that it is a reflection of white privilege that she has to sort of appease people out there. There was a lot of talk about that when Obama was running.
Yeah.
You didn't want to offend the white voter. You don't want to do anything that was too whatever.
But I think that what it
Fill in the
does,
blank.
a black politician, is for white people, it cheats them of what they are, what Kamala Harris or Obama were really capable of. In other words, their apprehension to do what's right also cheats you. So you're not getting the full perspective of them because they're trying to appease a certain group who may be a lot more vocal and a lot more, donate money more. And to me, everybody loses when you're forced to put that smile in that room.
You're compromising yourself.
Compromising yourself. So even the voter that voted for him will not get the full perspective from him or Kamala Harris, because she'll always, no matter what happens, she'll always be up under the light trying to please people. And that's a bad feeling to be in. Mars and I both, we worked for great companies and great offices and setting great offices with people, but we've had to not dummy ourselves down, but smile more than be angry, so that we can stay in the room and be accepted as being a legitimate person being in the room.
No, I've had a lot of times, especially as a business person.
Yeah.
You talked about that, Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, it is. As a business person, you have to go into that room, and it's almost like you have to in order to get the respect, you have to, do this
dance.
Dance. I ain't gonna say dance.
It's a dance.
No. What it is that you put on that face. You put on that you code switch for the moment.
Oh, that's nice.
But after you've gotten the respect and that person realized they need you, is where my relationship developed with that person. Yeah. I've done it so many times, because when the relationship develops, now you can say what you feel, what you really mean.
Then you can be real.
You can be real because they respect you. And it's almost like, it was funny, like an athlete who moves into a very affluent neighborhood because he has the money, right? And you could have another person of color in that same neighborhood, but when that person moved in, everybody looked at him like, who's he? What is he doing here? But when that athlete moves in and he's in the neighborhood, the word is, well, he's different. What makes him different? Because he has money? Is it different because he's famous?
It's because you don't expect that person to be like you.
Well, I like that comment. You want to address that comment?
That's true.
Good comment.
I do. I want to address this.
It's true.
Darren.
Go ahead, Darren.
I mean, Jamie says everyone has to adapt to any social situation. It's called being civil. Yes. However, as we said, President Trump doesn't seem to live by those rules.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have to be civil. He says exactly what's on his mind. He has no filters at all. He just puts it out there and throws grenades. I mean, if Kamala Harris did what Trump did, as you said last week, she'd be over.
She'd be unhinged, an angry black woman.
Well, see, Jamie, and I understand Jamie's point, and if it sounds like I'm attacking him, I'm not. That statement that he made shows that people still don't understand the plight that we're in as African Americans. Because I'm sorry, but we've been in the pandemic for 400 years. You guys are just going through it. Okay, here's the deal. You can't go in every store. We've already been through that. You have to limit how much you buy. We've already been through that. You have to limit where you work and how long you work. We've been through that. You can't buy supplies anywhere you get. We've already been through that. People look at you funny because you look a certain way. You got a mask on. We've already been through that. So we've already made adjustments, and we've been making adjustments. We'll continue to make adjustments to fit in. I have a black person close to my family that thinks that we ought to assimilate, and I understand where that comes from. But here's what I'm saying: we have done that, and what we're getting in 2020 is a woman who went to college and graduated from the best schools and served California and paid a salary and made the vice president, getting treated just like she was straight out of high school on stage.
Yeah.
And even the comments the next day were so brutal that if I was her, I'd quit. I'd be done. So I've already made adjustments, Jamie. So I no disrespect to your statement. I think it's an honest statement, but you're not us. We've been adjusting.
I have a question